time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. We're going to do a request. This request came in from my reaction to O Too Kind doing the song Phenomenon. The YouTuber making the request goes by the name of Once Was R. Strathfield. And Once Was writes this: Hi Todd, I noticed you use some of my uploads of NZ Oz clips, particular Skyhook's clip. That is really cool. I would just like to ask you to react to the song below. It is a very important song in Australian music sphere. You did Skyhooks, please do Cold Chisel. I think it's important. Cold Chisel, this is the video that Once Was wants me to react to. Cold Chisel, Khe Sanh, and then in parentheses, audio plus video merge 2023. I want to take you on a step-by-step journey through the important Australian band. Khe Sanh is the first place to start. Thank you. So, not knowing anything about Cold Chisel, I went to Wikipedia, which is, not the perfect source, but at least you get a feeling for what you're looking into. And Cold Chisel was formed in 1973 in Australia. They kept on adding different members to the band as the band grew, and in 1978 they released their first album, which was self-titled, Cold Chisel. That album included the song Khe Sanh, which was also pulled as their first single, which reached number 41 on the Australian singles chart. Now, when I saw the name Khe Sanh, I thought, is this about Vietnam? Well, as I read about the song Khe Sanh, it's about a returned veteran to Australia from Vietnam, and then I guess what happens to this veteran as they try to move back into society. Now, what's interesting is, and I don't know how true this is, I didn't really look into this, but they said that at the Battle of Khe Sanh, it was fought by U.S. Marines, and that there were no land forces from Australia at that particular battle. But the Marines were supported by 2 squadrons of the Royal Australian Air Force, which did close bombing and strafing in Khe Sanh. So I thought that was kind of interesting, though the Australian Army did fight in Vietnam as part of, I guess, the UN forces along with the United States. So with that said, let's listen to this song and see where it goes. I think I may be really cool. I don't know, but like I said, I've gotten other comments from people who have watched my Australian rock band videos and said, you have to listen to Cold Chisel. This is the first YouTuber that actually said, listen to this song. So here we go. We're going to listen to this song by Cold Chisel called Khe Sanh.
Left my heart to the sappers round Khe Sanh, and I sold my soul with my cigarettes to the black market man. I've had the Vietnam cold turkey, from the ocean to the Silver City, and it's only other vets could understand about the long-forgotten dark side guarantees. How there were no V-Day heroes in 1973, and how we sat in a Sydney harbor, her son open but I couldn't kiss her. Well, she was lying and I was home to Lucky Land. She was like so many more from that time on. The lives were all so empty until they found their chosen one. And the legs were often open, but their minds were always closed, and their hearts were held in fast suburban chains. And the legal pads were your hours long payback clean, and the telex riders collided where the gunships once
I gotta stop this right here. Wow. I think the music is really, really good, but the lyrics on this song are really powerful. So I missed Vietnam by 1 year. I turned 18 when the war ended in March of 1973. So I missed the draft. I missed the Vietnam War. Not sure if I was lucky or not. I'm not sure how you can look at that. But what they're singing about is imprinted on my mind. When our soldiers came back from Vietnam, they were treated like what the lyrics are saying. They were like outcasts. They were considered baby killers. They were looked at as people that were just trying to take over another country, when that's not really what they're there for, number one. And number two, a lot of these soldiers either volunteered because they felt it was the right thing to do, or were drafted and had to go over there unwillingly. So it when they came back, and they weren't hailed as heroes, but as the enemy of the people almost, it broke a lot of these soldiers' hearts, and there was a lot of people who either fell down, got into drug addiction, things of that nature. So listening to these lyrics, and I'm really glad that this video has the lyrics on it, so that you can read them as they're being sung, is so truth-like, and remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, that's how powerful the end of the Vietnam War was. It just was so different than, let's say, Korea or World War II. The other thing is, I really like the song. I like it starts out with that piano. Singing comes in right away, and then it gets a little heavy. It's got a good rock beat to it. The singer is really, really good singer. I really like how he's singing this song, and putting a lot of emphasis on these lyrics. It's like he was almost part of this. I mean, he's singing like this affected him personally. Now, I don't know anything about the gentleman. I'm guessing that he was too young to go to the Vietnam War, but maybe not. But it was like it affected him personally, or somebody that he knew personally. So very cool song so far. Like I said, I'm reading this and I'm going, wow, this is taking me back to 1973. It's so ingrained in my mind what happened at the end of the Vietnam War. So let's keep on going.
Stop the dream. Oh, I've been going need for speed and overcame. So I worked across the country from end to end. I tried to find a place to settle down where my mixed up life could mend. I held a job on an highway, flying choppers when I could. But the nightlife nearly drove me round the bend. And I've traveled around the world from year to year, and each one found me aimless. One more year, the world's so weird. And I've been back to Southeast Asia. You know the answer sure ain't there, but I'm drifting north to check things out again.
Nice instrumental break too. I'm not sure what instrument that was. Was that a harmonium they were playing, or it was maybe a synthesizer, or possibly an organ? But it was a nice sound. It almost sounded like a harmonium that they were playing. But I like that because it wasn't your standard, let's do a break and do a guitar solo. This is more of a mellow song. It's more of a downer song. It's about a person not fitting back into society and trying to find themselves. So I thought it was a really nice instrumental break for this type of song. It just didn't hit you in the face like a wild guitar solo would have. It was more pleasant, more even keeled. Very nice. Very nice.
And there ain't nothing
Wow. 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 That was a powerful song. All these images were flashing through my mind as I'm listening to the vocalist sing the lines to this song. There's a lot of um, young men in our neighborhood that ended up going to Vietnam. My best friend's brother was over in Vietnam. He was in Saigon, and I don't know if I know he was in some fighting because he would send reel-to-reel tapes back from Vietnam, and they were little 3.5 inch reel-to-reel tapes. And I had a 5 inch reel-to-reel player, so I'd go over to their house and put it on, and you could hear gunfire going on and another weapons being let go on those tapes as he's putting a message together for his family, his parents and his brother and his sister. He had a sister too. Unbelievable. Then another person that lived through the yard from me, he didn't make it back from Vietnam. He just didn't make it back, and it's just a sad story that these young men went over there, and some going over there because they were thinking they were fighting for the side of good. Others that went over because they had no choice. They were drafted into the military, and then to come back and not be honored for it. Nothing makes my heart grow like empathy is when I'm walking through a store today and I see an older gentleman with a Vietnam hat on, or on their car they have a bumper sticker, U.S. Marines served in Vietnam. Those are people that I thank. I mean, it's like you need to get that honor. And this song is about that. It's like the person is lost. This person comes back and they're just lost in society because society didn't understand why they were over in Vietnam. And they're going with, they're looking for acceptance, and they find it in prostitutes, as it happened in this song as well. This song reminds me a lot of the movie Born on the Fourth of July. Because a lot of that happened in that movie. As we go through this movie, you see all of this pain and all of this, drugs being used and prostitution and so on, just to try to bring some sort of sense back into their life. Powerful song, powerful song. I was getting some tears in my eyes as I was listening to it and reading the lyrics on the screen. Powerful, very powerful. Now, I don't know if this was released in the United States, but at that time when this came out in 1978, I don't think there was still acceptance for the Vietnam War here in this country. So I don't think it would have had the impact as it has probably into the 90s and the 2000s, when people started to recognize what these Vietnam vets went through and started to feel empathy for them. But great song, great song, good rocker. I mean, it was a great rocker. Never heard of Cold Chisel before, other than when I started doing Driving with Todd and covering some Australian bands. But excellent, just an excellent band. I'm anxious to hear some more by this group. So this was Cold Chisel doing the song Khe Sanh. I hope you really liked it. I know it hit me. I mean, it really hit me. It was a very powerful song. It's almost like the song 19. I mean, the first time I ever heard the song 19, it was like, wow, that's a powerful song about Vietnam. This is just as powerful, if not more, because you're inside a person's head and what they're going through once they came back from the war. Very cool. So if you like this, hit that like button. I hope you do. If you have any comments about Cold Chisel doing the song Khe Sanh, please put it in the comments below. That'd be really appreciated. I'm going to take a link to this video, put in my description below. Take some time and watch it again. It's really a great song. I'm also going to take a link to the person who uploaded the video and put it in my description as well. Wow. What a great recommendation. Like I said, a lot of these groups I'm hearing, I would have never heard other than people recommending them. This I would have never heard other than this recommendation, and it was stellar. I can't say it put a smile on my face, but I really felt emotions when I'm hearing this song, reading the lyrics. It hit me emotionally. So I'm hoping it hit you emotionally as well. And this really is true for this one. Peace out. baby.